כן, לא, אבל תחפש אותו, תזכור, ג'ון סמפל, נורא נחמד. סמפל, סמפל.
Masterclass, we're starting our second half of the course. This new faculty arriving. We say goodbye to the faculty from the first course, a lot of tears. And so, yes, among students and faculty, nobody wants to leave this place. But now, second half starting today is a very special master class. Outstanding Israeli cellist and pedagogue, Amit Peled. So please.
wonderful, beautiful sound, beautiful playing. I want, we just have half an hour, so I want to first ask you a question. Imagine that you live in Tel Aviv, and let's say, I take an example, Yo-Yo Ma is coming to play this concerto or any concerto with the Israel Philharmonic, and your parents get you a ticket, first row, you're excited, you go, you sit down, comes on stage, tunes the cello, and the concerto start, or in this case, the second movement, or the 2 bars that we just played, and Yo-Yo Ma sits like this. What is your feeling about him? Do you still want to stay for the whole concert? Or the next entrance, you're like, all through the tutti. Found it, okay. You wait. And what does it show you about him?
That he is unsure.
Yeah, lack of confidence. What is the most important thing if you want to convince the audience that you're right? That you have confidence. I mean, they don't have to agree with you, but confidence. And you play so beautifully. So it's a small detail, but can you start from the horn again and treat your cello as your mouth? You're producing sound. If you were to sing it, you would inhale air, you do, you wouldn't do, so inhale air and then exhale, and that would be the A. And it's just an A, it's right here. So maybe the bow and the left hand, just bring it up and just play the A. That's it, so done, okay? Normally if you play Haydn in C major, I don't want to see you like this. You play Dvorak, I don't want to see you like this, okay? Now, about the sound that you're producing. And it's beautiful sound, but it's kind of one dimension. And what I want you to experiment with is actually not in the cello, it's in your body. When you play, or when we play, the way we produce sound is with weight and with movement. Do you agree? The moment you start pushing into the cello, you start pressing. And then you can cover it with vibrato maybe, but it's pressed. The way you sit with the cello, I'm not trying to change your sitting, you play beautifully, but the cello is so high that at time when you play, you become like a question mark and you're pushed backwards. It's like, I call it receptive mode, like when you watch TV, you're like, cool. You're not in a productive mode, yeah? Try once to just stand up and walk. You see, you do 2 movements to become productive. You're like this. That's how you play cello. Now, when you get to high position, you're like, like this. In order to be productive, you do this with your feet. So now you can use your weight, and then you stand up. Can you try? Stand up. Okay, now sit down. Don't move your feet. Open your knees. And have the cello in what I call a human triangle between the end pin to the floor, left knee, and your heart. Not with the right knee. Okay, now hug the cello. Yeah, welcome the cello into your body. Now, we cellists, we have 2 gravitation points, so we can gravitate the weight of our arm into the sound. One is your butt on the chair, or sitting bones, and the other one is what? What are the 2 points that touches gravity from our body? When you play violin, it's just your feet. When you play cello, no, your butt on the chair and your feet on the ground. Those are the 2 points. Now, if you eliminate them when you play, if you play, I'm sorry, if you just gravitate towards them, now, I can gravitate towards my feet or towards my butt. Usually I'm trying to generalize, and it's not good to do that in music. Up to 4th position, I would gravitate myself toward the butt. So if you play anything down here, but if you play up high, gravitate towards your feet. You cannot do it if you sit like this, and the cello here. It's impossible to do it. So your sound becomes pressure into the string. Try once to have it a little lower, so you can really gravitate down to the floor. Now stand up. Good. Excellent. Janos Stark used to say, there's fire backstage, and you as a soloist, you have to be the first one to get the hell out of there. So, don't. Okay, now let's see if you can, on that A, if you can gravitate towards the ground, yeah, and start right on it. Bravo. Now, can you sing it once for me? Good, that's all. First of all, don't be afraid to sing, because that's what you do with the cello. It just comes out from the F holes, but it's the same thing. You did this. You inhaled air. When you start singing, you did this. Ta. You never do that when you play cello. You inhale and you keep it. You do. Listen to my sound. You hear the difference? So I want you to do this. Inhale, out. So remember I said there are two elements. Gravity, weight, and then how you move the weight. In order to find the weight, we need to exhale. If you keep it in, see, if I squeeze my butt, yeah, sorry to say butt. Squeeze my butt. Now I melt it on the chair. So use your sitting bones and your feet as your lungs, your cello lungs. You're actually exhaling air by falling down into it. Try. Just on the A. Bravo. Now can you, just for now, you don't have to do it after. Open your mouth a little bit and use it as a singer. Ta. So when you play the cello, the air flows out from your mouth. No, you don't. It's like a bottle with a ghost inside, yeah, and you want to let it go. Open. Let it flow out. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just asking you to be able to do it. You don't have to ever do it again. Show me that you're a flexible cellist to be able to inhale and to exhale through your mouth. Good. Now let's talk about movement. Once you plant your weight down, you need to move it. You know, if I take my bow and I give it to what's your name? Yishai. If I have to hand him my bow, yeah, I do this motion, it's not enough. So I have to stretch more. Now, if I hate him, I'll do this. But if I like him, I'll turn my body a little bit. I mean, I don't even think about it. You play like this. Like you're a sculptor, and the sculpture has two hands that move, like a robot. But you play beautifully. Now, if I plant my weight down, and I'm sensitive to it, I move it. Yeah, just a little bit flexibility, so when the bow gets away from you, just acknowledge it with your body, with the sitting bones. Can you try? Bravo. Yeah, bravo. Great. You're 18 now. You're very young, 19. Your body will never tell you that something is wrong now. However, I'm just telling you because I see people that are usually 23 to 25, the body starts to say enough. And what you're doing, you're bending your spine, completely like a question mark. I love the fact that you can bounce yourself down. But you do this. You know when your parents tell you, sit straight! Don't do that. You don't have to do it. You have to be bouncy, but your spine should not be like this. I see it from the side. They don't see it. It's completely round. And in few years, you will have so much back pain by doing it. So be careful. Try to be bouncing lower back, but with straight spine. So the spine, actually, if you look inside your body, it goes like this. It's a different question mark. You do this. So don't collapse it, because you're going to really suffer. One last time, the A. And remember to open your mouth for me when you start. Bravo. Can you just try, again, you don't have to do it, but when you play, let's say, the G, can you try to be sensitive to the sound? No. See, you decorate tension. If you let go, just play from the G and try to follow the bow just at the end of it. Yeah, when I say follow, I mean that your body, let's say you are a tree. Your roots are planted to the ground. It's non-negotiable. But the trunk of the tree, which from your sitting bones up, should be flexible to wind. Yeah? If wind blows on you and you want to stay alive, you become flexible to it. You don't resist it. So that part from here up, the trunk of your cello tree, should be flexible to the wind. What is wind? What is the forced movement that we have? The bow. The bow has to move. Be flexible to it rather than resisting it. Try. Thank you. That's all I'm asking. Yeah. Is it better? That's it. That's all. You open the water and it goes out. Good. Now, this beginning, do you think it is based on the story of this piece? Is it somebody walks on stage and say, "Here I am," or it's sneaking in?
More like sneaking.
Sneaking in. Sneaking in. Do you like to sneak in like an elephant dancing like a ballerina with all the weight you have? Like or maybe here? See, there's no weight here. It's all artificial. Elephant, ballerina on tippy toes. Who says that we have to start this movement, this phrase? Just start here. That's it. Imagine that in this moment, this moment, instead of really bringing the sound to the audience, you'd ask the audience, now you come and you listen to me. So with all the physicality that we spoke about, with the gravity, try to actually be the ballerina, not the elephant, in this beginning. You stop. Start here. Just here. It's just piano. Good, you realize it. That's the best I can ask for. Sneak in. That's it. Sneak in. That's it. Bravo. Do you like the sound? Better. Now let's talk a little bit, and I'm sorry that I jumped between points, but it's just half an hour. Let's talk a little bit about the decoration of your sound. We talked about how to make the sound, yeah, with gravity, with movement, and with placement in the bow. That's your sound. But the decoration, what is your decoration of sound? The vibrato. Yeah, but the vibrato decorates it. Your vibrato is beautiful, by the way. It's beautiful vibrato, but it's like you put your finger in the, don't ever do it, but it's like you put it in the electric, like zzz, zzz, zzz. It's like, ah! You go away always. I never see continuity. So the sound is... I never see the continuation of the note. Do you know how old people, sorry, I don't look at anybody, but older people, how at one point in their life the hand starts shaking naturally? Like, I call it grandma vibrato. Can you show me a grandma vibrato? Just like, you know, your grandmother comes and says, "Honey, how are you?" Can you do it? No, not this. It's just naturally shaped. It's like this is a jellyfish, no bones, and the jellyfish just shakes a little bit. Exactly. And don't move your wrist, just shake it. Now, can you put the jellyfish or the grandma vibrato, just put it on the cello and just do a little grandma dance. Just do this. See, it's hard for you, it's just flexibility. Let go, exactly, and have continuation of the vibrato. That's a good starting point. Now, put your finger on the A, and don't play with the bow. Just turn on the engine of the grandma and sing it, please, with the piano. She's like, shit, what have I gotten into? Okay. Yeah, but this is not grandma. This is Parkinson. That's, you know, I'm talking about not this. Okay? Bravo. Yeah, but now when you have this grandma shake, get excited with it. Like a grandma gets excited, seeing you. Ti da di da look da di da. So the shake changes. It's not stop. A lot, stop. Try. So the vibrato starts accommodating your voice. Try. Bravo. Keep singing. Yeah. Can you do it again and really sing and accommodate with vibrato? Not da da da. Ti to hear less vibrato, more vibrato da di la di da, more vibrato. Yeah. Use the vibrato as a tool to decorate. Now when it's grandma and it shakes beautifully, try to increase or decrease the amount according to your voice. Try. Yeah, no, you stop, you do ti di da da, ti da in your voice, da di da, ti da. It has to be completely grandma to do that. Do from the B. Si do la. Good. Now put the bow, but still sing. Sing and play together. No. Da, da, like you sing in the shower. Da, da, da. Yeah? Good. Much better, much better. When you sing it, ti, da 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 da, ti di di, da, I didn't hear a hiccup. But are you aware that you do? Ti, ti. Sing it once. Ti di. Inhale. Yeah. Now let's see if you can sing same way with the cello. The same voice. But look, if you start in but out, inhale but exhale with the same efficiency. Good. Excellent. Excellent. Now I want to ask you, before we go on to the shifts to the thumb position, where you really became a TV, watching TV instead of producing. Do you have any concept of the story of this movement, or this piece? Just first, I'm asking, do you know what year it was written, this piece?
59?
I don't know, I'm asking you. I mean, you were playing, not me.
I think 1959.
And,
I'm not sure.
okay. Do you know what is affected by, or
Yes, the Soviet government.
Soviet government? Do you know who was the leader of the Soviet?
Stalin.
If this is an army march, if you hear this tagadam, 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 okay? Army march, and you have different units going to the Kremlin, doing this, going to the war like now in Ukraine, just people die, just nonsense. More and more men die. Imagine that you are a babushka, a grandmother, and you're in Siberia, okay? And your grandson, who was just 17, just really your age, went to the war, and you're sitting on a rocking chair. and the window is a little open, so there's wind, very cold wind. Play the eighth notes. Yeah, very cold wind, and you get the letter that says that your grandson just died. Would you play like this? Yoo-hoo! Wait. Can you try? I'm not saying my story is the correct one, okay? We're playing a game now. But it is a story now, okay? You're this grandmother, you're on a rocking chair, and the wind is blowing. It's very cold. You're covered with blankets because the heat doesn't work. And you open this letter from the government, and it says that he's dead. And you're singing this folk tune. And you're singing not to anybody but yourself. Don't try to make the sound out to the public in this moment. Can you try it? With the grandma vibrato, with the weight to the feet and all that, but still, that's the sound. Yeah, can we, I call it with my students, I call this part of the bow the magical area. And I have to say, I hate this part. It's not a good part of the bow. The best part is middle to front. That's where we really can create like home. This is home base. I can't believe that I'm saying it, but can you try to avoid home base here? Avoid it. Avoid it. Be in the magical area of creation. Just even, you see this clock that doesn't work, so I have no idea what time it is. Look at it. Look at the clock and close your eyes when you play. And think of this grandson you just lost. And really, think of it as wind. Nobody is going to cover you in this moment of the piece. The score will not allow it. Clock. Stay there, stay there. Good. Good. Can you play once? Excellent. Now we're talking. You can draw the, the old lady with the binocular in the audience. There's always one. Instead of her sitting in the back of the chair and listening to your sound, that's the moment where she does this. You're actually inviting the public with your sound rather than playing 3-dimension to them. Play, please, for me, the moment where you accompany the clarinet. Don't look at me, I'm not there. I'm just asking you where are you accompanying the clarinet and why did you play with the same vibrato, the same intensity? Where is it? Okay, do you know? He's a musicologist. Where is it? Yeah. Look at his part. You know where it is? Can you play it once? No. After that. That's you. After that, there's a person. Usually that person gets paid really well to play exactly the same melody. And you're accompanying. Can you play it? Give me some options. Before I tell you, I want to hear what you think. How can you change the sound? So instead of this active emotional, you're passive emotional. With your left hand, with the bow.
Less vibrato.
Yeah, maybe even no vibrato, God forbidden. Oh my God. Maybe even open strings. I mean, you come here, look at my sound, everybody. You don't have to show off your beautiful sound there. Just let the clarinet come out, and change, maybe in narrow, maybe colder. Can you try? Try once without vibrato. Let's see what happens.
Yes.
From the mi bemol. Wait. Give him a sign. Shh, guys, concentrate. Do you like this? Sing it once. Sing it once and accompany him. Yeah, that's it, that's it. Do you remember the wind in the beginning? The cold wind behind your babushka melody? Can you do the same now for him? So I mean, either you do or I don't care, but not try less vibrato. See, once you start listening and you want to hear something else, you're like, oh, yeah. So this is a different part that you have to play. Now, what happens here? This one, this shift. Let's talk a little bit about this shift because you missed it. The first thing that I didn't like is that you did with your spine again. You did this. Can you try to do the opposite? Remember in the beginning of the lesson I told you about the 2 gravitation points. So if you're on fa, you can gravitate towards your butt. Yeah? But you can really gravitate towards the floor here and feel that all your weight that you need here and the speed, because it's higher, can actually go down. No. Try. It's okay, just play. He will find because we need to, yeah. Okay, you know, I think a shift, yeah, I know. A shift is a jump. That's what it is. It's a jump. You know, if I have to jump from here to here, if I have straight legs and I do that, yeah, on the floor, I won't make it. So the first thing I do when I jump, as a human, we all do, is preparation. Yeah, so we have knees for the legs. Yeah, we prepare, and then the most important thing we do is we leave the ground. We go against gravity. That's a jump. Your cello knees, at least in my perception, are your elbows. Those are your cello knees. So there must be some kind of a preparation, circular motion with it, which you don't do. You do this. But the worst is that you are not jumping. You're doing ski. Do you know, have you ever skied on snow? No. Israelis. You know, ski is this. You go into the ground. I want you to do zip line. Do you know what zip line? Omega. Omega, you stand on the ground, you hold the string, then somebody pushes you, you leave the ground, but you stay on the string. That's exactly a shift. You leave the ground, which is your fingerboard, but you don't leave the string. So you go above the fingerboard. You go into the fingerboard. Now, there's a lot of variation in it when we want to make a musical slide, but the concept is I'm leaving ground. I'm not going into the ground. Can you try? Yeah, already much better. Try to play a scale like this. Try. No, you don't. Do you know in cartoons you see the character sometimes behind the tree like, no. So do it with a shift. Try not to hear the slide by going above the fingerboard. But forget about vibrato now. Just exactly. That's it. Now do it here. That's it. See, there's a release of weight, and that will make it possible. Unfortunately, we have to stop, but I just want to say that the next entrance, the next one, the C sharp, was the same issue. He's playing the solo. It's the most devastated moment, maybe, in history of cello repertoire. And all you do is la si do, la si do, la si do. Found it. Boom. Stay. Don't move. If you will have a cello cloud, like cartoon around your head, and then you stay. It ruins everything. Can we just get that C sharp? Yeah, so look, I'm not asking you not to find, it's hard to find it, but you can do it in a very nonchalant play. See, everybody is looking at you. If you just at the end of it, do La Si Do. That's it. Now you do, here I am, down bow, elephant, trying to be a ballerina again. Why not here? Sneak in. It's so much easier. Better to sneak in on an up bow. Sometimes we have to, I know. But after such a tutti, why not to sneak in on an up bow? Can you try? No. Feel the ground with your feet. Okay, again, you can do it. Can I tell you something really weird, but can you find the connection between your C sharp and your feet? It's not, oh my God, I have to find it. Find it with your feet. And then you can play pianissimo. Yes, we're done. Okay? Good, bravo. What are you going to play? Tell me.
Bach, Prelude 6-8, Sarabande 15.
first of all, bravo, because this is so difficult to play, and I take my hat off that you dare to play it in front of audience. And it's not written for cello. You need another string, and we don't have it. But I stopped already because I hope we have time to do also the Sarabande.
Yeah.
So I just want to give you some points to think about. You know, before we talk about the cello, I'm sharing with you what I really strongly believe in, also because of the fact that I used to play basketball, but also as a cellist. I mean, we are musical athletes in a way. You know, we have to use muscles, different muscles, and we are using our body. And I've been thinking about it really for years, like what are the, let's say, 3 or 4 fundamentals that we as humans need to take care of in order to become productive. I'm not talking just about cellists. If you run a marathon, you play basketball, you're a lawyer giving a speech to the jury. If you want, you have a job interview. What are the 4 fundamentals that will really, if you do them on every single note or in every word that you speak, you will be the most humanly productive? And I come up with 4 things that I really believe in. First one is breathing. Be able to breathe in and out. It's very simple. Be able to do it. You don't have to always do it, but you play like this. See you at the end. Second element, actually I'll ask, where is G-hook? Okay, I call it BIBAM, which means B, B, E, and M. What does it mean? Don't embarrass me now. Lindsay, help him.
Body movement, elbow, and breathing.
Yeah, so breathing, we'll talk later. But breathing, bouncing, elbows, and movement. Now, I'm not talking about cello now. If I have to give a speech, I'm a politician, and I want to talk to the nation, 8 o'clock on TV. If I stand there and I, on CNN, and I want to say that there's a war, and I do, tonight, I need your full attention. If you don't breathe, gone. Now, elbows. Do you eat like this? No. Do you talk on the phone like this? No. They're always. Do you sit and listen to your teacher like this? Have you ever seen a cellist listen to a teacher like this? Never. Look. So, the first 3 things is be able to breathe, be able to bounce, drop your elbows, and then movement. Movement doesn't have to be dancing. It's not what I mean. But it's to be reactive to the movement that you have to do. In our case as cellist is a lot with the wind, this movement, but also with this movement. You know, what I call a door hinge, your hips. Your hips are like a door hinge. If you move from this move, it doesn't exist. So when you play now, I mean, of course you're nervous, but if you would think about BIBAM before, and you would start, first of all, by breathing. Then bouncing. While I'm playing, I'm thinking about it. Then I think about my elbow. Where are my elbows? Yeah, if I'm... And then finally, movement. So whatever you play, if you play it slow enough and you can verbalize it, you will really do it. So that's what I want you to do now. I'm asking you to memorize, you memorize so many notes, to memorize 4 words, which G-hook cannot. Breathing, bouncing, elbows.
Elbows, movement.
Yeah, see, just listening, just once, 3 years. But at least he plays well. Anyway, so I want you to do this. Play really slow. Now, your verbalization would be the commander. The soldiers would be your body parts. So when you play, breathing, bouncing, elbows, movement, breathing, bouncing, elbows, and so on. I want you to give commands to your body and to obey the commands with your body while you're playing. Try. Do it as slow as you need to. Let me be a cello policeman. First of all, can you play it really slow like I did now? I mean, we're not about playing it fast. And I want you to really pay, I know that you have to play in tune and good sound, but I'm asking you now not to think about that. I want you to think about your face. When you play, you do this. Can you please inhale, exhale? Now, you might think I'm crazy, and that's okay. It's fine. In 20 minutes, you'll never hear it again. But just for now, be flexible enough to bouncing. So BBEM. Go through the list. Yeah, excellent. Now try, we're still with the breathing, so try just for me to open your lips a little bit. Not with tension, just a little bit like you have a cigarette here. Don't ever smoke, but cigarette. Lips are clear, open, flow of air in and out. Good, just like now. That's it, perfect, perfect. And say breathing. Say breathing. Can you say breathing?
Breathing.
While you're playing.
Breathing.
Now keep breathing. Next B is bouncing. But you have to say it. Okay.
Bouncing.
Good, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's okay. We're going to do a D major scale, 2 bows on each note. Okay? And I want you to BIBAM it, as I call it. Breathe. Take your time. Bounce. Elbows. Movement. And again. Breathe. Bounce. Yeah, just take your time. You have to say it. Bravo. But when you say bounce, bounce your lower back. Yes. Next is E. Elbows. Drop it. Bravo. Last one is M. That's it. Train your body to follow the orders. Next is but you said bouncing, you didn't follow the command. What's next?
Movement.
And?
Breathing.
Okay, stop. What do you think? That's it. You know, I believe so much in BIBAM that I tattooed it on my hand.
I was going to ask you what that was.
Yeah, that's cello DNA. BIBAM. And you know why I do it? Not for my students. I can share with you really honestly. Being a performer, I'll not lie to you. When I perform, I get nervous. Of course. I have a blackout. I have this. If you go to the war zone, you have to deal with stuff. Yeah. If I don't, sometimes before I start Dvořák, I really feel, I know it's not true, but I really feel that my feet is here. Out of nerves. And my heart is moving the cello. Yeah? What do you think I think about in the tutti before the chord with the trombone? BIBAM. Breathe. But where's my butt? Can I feel it? Where are my elbows? Now, once I find BIBAM, I can do whatever you want. But I need to become human when I play. It's hard to play. And you have to deal with adrenaline, with nerves, with so many things. You have to control it. When you played, it was... And then you wake up for it. It's like when you swim under the ocean, like... Don't do that when you play. Now, doing it in a scale is really important because you try to understand that the body is part of the game. Now, take it to the piece. Do the same. But I like to tell my students, find your yo-yo ma tempo. I will not ask him what it means because he probably doesn't know. Find your yo-yo ma tempo means, I take yo-yo ma as an example of the best, but it doesn't mean you have to like him. I mean, he's let's say the best. What do I mean find your yo-yo ma tempo? When you practice, I really believe that each one of us has a tempo that we can play and sound as good as he does. It might be 50 times slower in order to sound as good. We all have our yo-yo ma tempo. We just need to find it and to start there. So for BIBAM, in order to verbalize and to obey orders, maybe, I don't know, maybe your yo-yo ma tempo for this is this. Breathing. Bouncing. That's okay. It's perfectly fine because in 1 week it will be a little faster. One day you will sound like him. Again, him representing the best, not necessarily. Okay? So find your yo-yo ma tempo now. The slower, the better, actually. And be able to verbalize those 4 commands and to obey them. While you play the Bach, you're allowed to play out of tune. You're allowed to play with scratchy sound. I don't care. I want to see that your body can obey the commands.
You want me to speak now?
Absolutely.
Breathing.
Yeah, okay. Just to follow the rule, and as I said, you have to be really patient, and you have to really believe that I allowed you to play out of tune. It's okay for now. It's never okay. It's the worst thing you can do on stage. But for now, close your ears, open your body. And breathing is mouth a little bit open and tongue relaxed.
Breathing.
Slow, 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 slow. No. Do you ever practice like this? Yeah, okay. Well, you're playing, you're not practicing. Now, just for me, play really, really slow so you can control those 4 things. And we can move on. Breathing. You have to say it.
Breathe.
Bounce, but really bounce. Elbows. And okay, good. This doesn't come in a day.
Yeah.
But trust me, with practicing slow, your body will start to do it subconsciously. And that's the beauty of it. If you feel tight, your body knows what to do. The next thing I want to ask you, how old are you?
24.
24. So you can drink, even though in Israel you have to be 18. So let's say, what do you like? Beer, wine?
Both.
Both, yeah. Yes. You have a bottle of beer in your hand. You sit in the bar after a concert. Do you ever drink like this?
No.
You know that you play cello like this. I'm just observing. I'm not saying it's bad. Maybe it's
Breaking
good.
my wrist, you mean?
Completely. And there's a reason for that. You play like this.
Yeah.
The neck of the cello. You know, there's something I tell my students, and again, I won't embarrass you. I call it the dinner posture. Dinner posture is how you sit and eat, which would be your fork and glass of or bottle of beer. If you think about it, the dinner posture is frog and forced position. Yeah? Now, we don't always there. We always move. We pass me the butter, I have a phone call, but we always come back here. That's home base. For piano too. For violin too. It's dinner pot for flute. In fact, I'm copying it from the book Autobiography of Daniel Barenboim. I never invented it. He said that his father taught him 1 lesson of technique when he was 5. He said, Danny, sit in front of the piano, put your hands as if you're eating dinner and play. And that was it. And I thought, wait, what? Put your hands as if you eat and play. I thought, so how would it be for cello? And look, frog, steak, yeah, beer. What is the best note on the cello for you to play? I mean, 99% people will say, this second finger B flat or something, but that's really comfortable. We are not there always, but that's comfort. Now, when the neck of the cello is here, the bottle of beer is here.
Yeah.
How can you drink it? Like, I mean, it's not, so that's how you play.
Yeah.
You're very tall and you have long arms. It's wonderful. It's really wonderful. But this, you were not here before. I talked about this triangle between the end pin, left knee, and heart. So you can really feel the cello and hug it and feel it that it's part of your body, but you're also flexible. Your case, the cello is inside like this, and it almost touches your neck. So when you play in these positions, you're here. So even you're doing BIBAM, you know, you're doing like elbows. I mean, it's really hard. So being tall also, I highly recommend for you that at least when you play on A and D string, that you tilt the cello a little bit. You make the A string a little higher, yeah, and the neck also put the end pin a little longer. So the neck of the cello is not here. So it's very hard to play. You need space. You need space to hold your bottle of beer. So can we just try to put, don't do it if you don't like after, but make the end pin a little longer. Good. Now really have it in your heart. No, it's too low. It's here, a little higher. So you feel the heartbeat where the cello touch the body. Good. Can you go inside the... Yes. Yeah, by the way, the great French cellist, Paul Tortelier, you know, he played with a big pillow here. And my teacher, Bernard Greenhouse, was so fat. Cello was here. And I mean, really, I love this sound so much, so I wanted to imitate it. So I took pillows in my bedroom. You know, I wanted to have that feeling, you know, the feeling of freedom. Yeah, that's exactly what, now it's better. So have it a little bit on the side now, the knee a little bit behind, a little bit behind. Yes, not like this. Tiny bit, now you have the freedom. See, listen to the sound. If I play, you're muting the cello, yeah? You do this. But also it gives you the freedom. Try. Just play the D on the A string. Yeah, much better. Now use your door hinge on the down and up bow. No, not your neck, your hips. Yes! You hear? $10,000 better cello. Because you treat it better. There's that. Now you can also decorate it. Yeah? But that's really beautiful. Try once. Think of the bottle. Wait. Think of the bottle of beer. Yeah. Release. Unlock your wrist. Unlock it. Yeah. Wait. Can drop. Yes. Can you trust me that you can actually play like this, like a jellyfish? Yeah. I mean, I know it's hard to believe. See how your hand is hanging on the cello? Just close the hole. Yeah. Now, the fact that you have space here does not mean that the right elbow. No. Dinner posture. Yeah, like you're now. Look, just play like this. Look how beautiful it is. So just elbows. I go back to the beginning of the lesson. Elbows, wrist. So your starting point is really impossible to be productive.
Sure.
Okay? Now I want to talk to you a little bit about thumb position. Okay. And what I want you to do, I know it's really hard. Can you play once harmonics? Only G sharp, not harmonic. Harmonic. Do that. That's this part.
F sharp or G sharp? I forget. Was it?
F sharp is harmonic on the cello.
Yeah. Okay.
Harmonic. Yeah. Now harmonic. Yeah. Look at your hand. And let me tell you a secret. The difference between playing harmonic, which is complete relaxation, because you don't press the string, to actual note is close to none.
Okay.
Because the sound is not produced in the left hand. If I play E harmonic, yeah, and I express, I decorate it. Now, imagine you're holding a fence, and you see a beautiful girl over there. You do like, that's it. You don't break the, and show yourself, yeah? So, see? That's it. You can put a piece of paper under my finger. So, fence, that's it. Now, do you want forte? Fine. Do you want to decorate it? But you do not press it. You don't need to. Okay? So let's see. Do 4 bows on harmonic. 1, 2, 3, 4. Forte in the bow, pianissimo, harmonic in the left hand. But the second time you do the 4 bows, on the 3rd bow, be half and half in between, and then on the 4th bow, land on the fingerboard gently enough to actually make a sound.
Okay.
Look, first do 4. Look, I'm playing forte in the bow. Now, 1, 2, in between. And you find that the difference is close to none.
Okay.
Great. Really good. Now, that doesn't come in one day. Do you like strawberries?
Yes.
Do you know, sometimes you go to supermarket, you buy strawberries, and or you steal one. You know, sometimes don't look, you try. Imagine that, or it happens, I'm sure to you, you take one and it's rotten. You know, it's the feeling of holding a rotten strawberry. If you just press it a little bit, like,
Sure.
yeah, imagine that your thumb is always holding a rotten strawberry. Always when you play, a rotten strawberry. If you press it tiny bit, squish all over the cello. So the only, I don't want to call pressure, but weight going down is from the top. So when you do the 4 bows, the only thing I do is I hang, yeah, on the fence from the top. I never squeeze the thumb.
Yeah.
Try.
Okay.
Keep playing, keep playing. No, it's like play forte in the bow. Forte. Yeah. This muscle is like a stone. It's like a stone. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Please explain to me why it is like a stone when you play forte. What does it do to your sound to squeeze this muscle? Nothing.
Right.
No? You know, if you play clarinet, for instance, you have holes. You close a hole, and then everything you do about the sound is blowing air and tongue. You want forte, you want articulation, you're done. They don't even have the vibrato that we have. They're done. Imagine this would be a clarinet.
Mm-hmm.
So there would be holes here. E is a hole. Boom, close the hole, done. That E could be Bach, could be Elgar. What's the connection to the thumb? Thumb is holding a raw strawberry. Rotten. Nothing, nothing, nothing. So if you start, this exercise sounds terrible, but if you have neighbors, they might throw eggs on you. But try once to play a piece like the Bach with full expression in the bow and harmonics in the left hand. So I'm really serious about it, to play. Not like this, really to play. And then the second time, just put it a little down. You feel like, wow, all those years squeezing the hand. Yeah? So can we try it once and then I'll leave you alone.
Okay.
But really express with a bow and just float here on the top. And have space for your hand. Yeah, but I need you to express. Yes. Bravo. Now, try, we're cutting short like few months of work instead of just from the top, just a little bit, lock it. Everything is in the bow. You just close hole. Okay, so don't ruin it, don't ruin it.
Okay.
We're done. That was amazing. Just, you see your hand? Look at your hand and marvel it. Look, I'm serious. Look, marvel the creation of, you can call it God or whatever. Knuckles, roundness of fingers, unlocked wrist. Please listen to experience. It should feel like this when you play. Don't waste years and then find out when you have tendinitis and you can't play and you can't express what you want. And then say, oh, I understand. And then you go to doctors, you pay them so much money to tell you to relax this, but then you come back to the cello and you do this. No, that's wonderful. You made big changes in half an hour. Bravo. Bravo for allowing yourself to try and also for being able to adjust.